Alright, let's go ahead and set up the weapon for the player. So this is going to be where he shoots out his magic orb. If we go ahead and zoom in on the hero, remember you can focus in on him by pushing F while you're in the scene or double clicking on the hero. Once it moves in, now remember if you have the move tool option right here selected, then you'll see that if we're in our global setting, if you have your local on, then you'll know that when you rotate, you'll see the Z actually rotating around. But this is going to be the direction the player is facing, the direction the player is moving. Let's go ahead and go to our hierarchy and create. And the 3D object we want to create is going to be a cube. With the cube, let's go to the inspector, and do you see the box collider? Go ahead and right click on the box collider and click on remove component. And then let's go ahead and relabel this. We'll just call this one weapon. And drag this one up to hero and onto it. Alright, so now hero and weapons connected. We'll use our scale tool. The scale tool is going to be up here. The hotkey is R. I'm just going to scale it in and scale it down. And then using the move tool, hotkey is W, we'll just drag it over to the side here. So similar to like this, we're just simply placing it over to the side so he has a weapon, and also we can see a direction. Alright, so now if we go to our hero, the hero rotate, let's go ahead and change up the rotate. Let's test it on about 15 so it rotates a little faster. And then we'll press play. And now when we move him around, notice that we see it move a little bit faster, but let's take this up a little bit more. We may need to like really add some speed to him so he can move. There we go. So if we were to do 100 for the rotate speed, that looks a little bit more natural. Alright. So now we have him moving around with his weapon. Our rotate speed, this will be just kind of a fun little thing to see, is that you can change it here, but if you want, you can actually go into your script. We could say rotate speed right here, and we'll do 100. Now if we do 100 right here, if we go back, you'll notice that nothing gets updated, so it gets compiled. Nothing's changed because it keeps the variables that you've set up in the editor. Well, we can go over to the drop down right there and we can say reset. If you reset, now you have the reset values. It pulls from the script, so any changes that were made actually show up here. Now the disadvantage is that if you do have game objects and things connected, it's going to set those back to null, so you usually don't want to do that all the time. Alright, so now we have our move speed at 5, we've got rotated 100, we're having the character walk around with a weapon. In the very front of the weapon, let's make up one more game object that we have for where the bullet comes out of. So we're going to take, just double click on weapon to zoom in, and then right on hero, if you left click on hero and go up to create and say create empty child. It's going to create an empty game object right inside of here. So hopefully you've gotten kind of good at rotating around and moving. We're going to just move this guy to the front of the weapon. I'm going to move him a little bit in front of it and then try to just center him off right there. And this game object, we'll just call this one socket. So we have our weapon, we have our socket for where the magic orb's going to come out from. We have everything connected through our hero so that when the object rotates around, everything rotates with it. So now if we move him around, we can move him around inside the scene. Alright, so this guy is ready. What we need next is some more variables so we can actually set up the magic orb and have it shooting out from there.